Okay, so we're going to disconnect it, drop the plow, leave it in float. Take your removable jack out. There's a receiver just underneath the power unit, so you put it in. There is a safety pin you can put in there. You don't really need to put it in. All you want to do is just bring the jack down until the foot is touching the ground, and then you just lift it up just a touch more. So basically the jack is lifting up the lift frame. Now once it's lifted, you take your safety pin out. You know you're lifted to the right spot because your Quik Link III handle pulls out. If we were too high, it's going to bind when it goes back in. So you want to make sure you're in pretty much the right spot. So I'm a little bit high there, okay, but as long as this pulls out, you know you're pretty much in the sweet spot. So you leave your jack, unplug your control harness. Now these ones have dummy plugs right on them, so you want to make sure you plug those back in right away, just so that when you're driving down the road, you don't get any road slop, grit and grime and whatnot in there. So you undo your controls, undo your power and ground. Again, dummy plugs. Plug them in. Tuck this all back in here. So now you've undone your bar, you've got your jack in, you're all unplugged. All you do is you back away. So when I back away, I'm going to back away, and I'm going to kind of zigzag, just so it's not like most videos where it's back up and straight in. So you know you're pretty much connected when you see it move forwards. Make sure your controls are left in float. You come back around, undo your dummy plug, plug your lights and controls back in. Plug these dummy plugs back together just so, again, they're not filling up with grit and grime from the road. You got your power and ground, undo those. So now, tuck your dummy plug back up there. So now you just basically knock the arm, because it's spring loaded, it should just drive itself back in. Now because I jacked it up a little bit high, it's not going in, the pins aren't quite lined up. So what you do, because you're in float, you come around to the front of the blade, and all you do is just grab the lift frame here, and you just kind of give it a push. Okay, let's stop. So then all you have to do is just kind of shove it a bit. It slams in, so the pins are now locked in. Take your safety clip, plug it back in, take your jack out, and you're back plowing. Now, you'll see when I first did that, it kind of bound a bit. And basically what happened was I wasn't quite lined up. But that's not a big deal, because as long as you're in float, it's going to allow the lift frame some wiggle. So you just wiggle it, or just give it a bit of a shove, and this pin, because it's spring loaded, will just automatically center and then find itself, and away you go. So again, safety clip goes back on, take your jack out, put this in the back of the truck, store it, and away you go, you're off plowing again. There you go. It should all be done off and on in less than 3 minutes. Good.